viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. It's a bit a long time I've not been here. My phone has been having a problem. The space in my phone is over, so I'm having some challenges on recording and saving. So that's why most of this time I've been off. And then also I was busy with a bit of work. Yeah, so today I wanted just to discuss something short. I don't know if it may go up to, I wanted it to be 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, or if it is too much, it should not cross, shouldn't go up to 30. Yeah, as you can see from the title, or from what I've written there, a family and community growth and development. This is a title which I want to talk about the family or community, and then growth and development. So what is a family? According to the dictionary defines family as a group of people who stay together, something similar like that, a group. So that means a man and a man can stay together, that is a family according to the normal definition, or a woman and a woman. But according to the Bible, or according to God, or to most religions, that's not how family is divided. Defined. Family is what is it? Yeah, it's okay. Let me read what I've written here. What a family is according to the Hebrew, or it's a lineage which come from the source. That means a male and a female coming together, and then they form what you call a family. That means the man and the woman, they come together, and then they form what you call a family. That's how a family is made, and then together they produce children. Or if they cannot produce, then they cannot inherit. They adapt children. So that is what is a family. And then let us talk a bit of community. According to me, what I've written here, this is my definition of community. This is the best definition which I've come across, and I've decided to use the one which Dr. Monroe Miles, what he has used. A community is a group of people distinguished and unified by common set of values, standards, beliefs, norms, language, customs, traditions, and ideals, committed to a common purpose and vision. So this is the definition of a community. So how do we make such, maybe your family and your community, to grow and develop? Or how can we make your family or your community to be wealthy? This is basically what I want to talk about. How can we make our families or our communities to be very wealthy? I've been always working. I've worked now for, I think, over 7 years now. I've been working seriously, trying to jump out of poverty. But things are still not working well, mainly because of family and the community. In most of our African, I've been watching many YouTube videos and trying to investigate why is it that we are having challenge, mainly we the blacks. It is very hard, a lot of divisions. We are always at the bottom when it comes to the economics or money or wealth-wise. We are always at the bottom wherever you go. I was finding out why. And then I came to realize that the Jews are the top everywhere you go. In Europe, in America, in UK, wherever you go, is always the Jews on the top. Then the second community is the Indian community. So some of these days, maybe I'm thinking of going to India. And then when maybe the war subsides, I need to visit Israel. I need to go there and see it for myself, one experience. It is good to travel when you learn. You learn by what? By the experience. That is the best way of learning. So I was trying to investigate why is it that the Indians and the Jewish community, why are they always the richest? There was a research which, after watching many YouTube videos and reading, then I came across the few research which was conducted in 2021, and then another one which was conducted in 2022 in the US. So in that research of the 2021, they found that 23% of the Jews in America, they earn over $200,000 per year. 200,000. So you divide this, how much is this per month? So those mathematicians, I'm not good in maths. How much is that per month? But 200,000, the average Americans gets around 50,000, around there per year. But you can see the Jews. And then the Indians, they are, for the research which was conducted in 2022, for Indians is 20, what is it? The percentage of Indians is, where's the Indian? Okay, it's 20. Not 20, it's around 16. Where's the one for Indian? Okay, 23. And then for India is about 18. Is it 8? No, 18% are those who get about 100 plus. Those are the Jews. And then the Indians, the percentage, I haven't written it here, but it is on my laptop. I'm going to, maybe on my phone, I'm going to attach it. But the Indians, I think, is about 43. No, okay, is a half. I've remembered. It is over a half. A half of Indians, they get 45,000 US dollar per year. So that means over a half of Indians who are residing in the US, they are getting this amount. This is a lot of money. Why is it that they are rich compared to even Europeans? And the whites, some of them who are, you talk about white privilege, but it's Indian and the Jews. I was trying to find out, then I came up with the question, why is it that they are the richest community in the US and in the world and everywhere you go? So I came up with some reasons why the Indians and the Jews are the richest or the wealthiest in the world, wealthiest community. That is mainly through the works. There's a book which Dr. David Lapin, he's a Jew who has written 12 secrets, business secrets from the Bible. And then when I looked at the work of Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles, and the last person whom I also looked into his works, these are the people whom I valued their input or what they did. That is the last one is Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. So there are about 10 reasons which are written, but I'm going to talk about mainly the major ones. The others are not very serious, are not all that important, but I've summarized them to mainly 5 reasons why these communities are always the richest everywhere you go, especially in the US. The number one reason is education. They put a lot of emphasis on education, especially the Jews. Education of children, normally when they are children, they teach them investment, they teach them about money, they teach them about savings, which normally comes from of course, the Torah. That is the first books of the Bible. And then they have another book called Tabuk. Yeah, is it called what? Talmud. Okay, it's Talmud. Mm. So those two books, they make sure their children learn about the laws. Of course, in Israel, they teach them in two languages. Some schools, they teach strictly in Hebrew, but then others teach in dual languages, Hebrew and English. So they put a lot of emphasis on education. Like if you see in the Pew Research, they are among even the most educated in the US or even in the world, that group, the Jews. Number two is that they put a lot of emphasis on hard work and skills acquisition. Mm. They believe that everyone has to have a skill. Every Jew must work very hard, even if they have a community which is very supportive. That is another reason, which I'll come later. But also you personally, you have to, okay, they believe in what? Giving you a hook, but not fish. Even if they give you maybe a fish, but they encourage you to work for yourself. They encourage Jews to work for themselves and make their own money. Excuse me. And then the third reason which I've come across, that is after working hard, what do you do? Okay, working hard, sometimes in Latin, that was one of my motto, which I've been using. Is it ora et labora, pray and work. So they normally pray and work. Okay, this is the second reason why they are many the richest. They pray and they work. They work very hard. And then the third is that, of course, when you work, what do you do with the money? They live frugally by saving the money which they have, and then managing it very well and investing. Savings and what? And no, it's savings and management. Savings and management of the work of the money which they have. So I'll come later maybe and divide this, but I've made already a video. Those of you who have not watched it, you go and watch. When you're paid, payday routine, what do you do? In the savings, how do you save your money, or how do you manage the money? This is what they teach. Going back to the first point, they teach their children with 5 jars on how to manage your money. The 5 jars, what are those jars? Those jars, the first jar is about, I talked in detail in my other video, which I talked about payday routine. What do you do when you are getting money? For the Jews, what they do is you have to divide your money into what? Into 3 portions. This is what they have done. To 3 portions, and then the first one that is goes mainly to what? Where are they? That is land. This will go to land. Buy land, and then the second is to do business, and then the third is to save those 3 portions. But if you subdivide it further, it becomes like what they teach their children is by the use of the jars. That means the first jars will have the tithe, which is 10%, and then the second charity 10%, a third goes to savings. That is 10% also, and then the fourth jar, normally they give it to children when they are teaching them that savings, and then the fourth is what? Investment, which is 20%, so will go into investment jar. And then the fifth is what? Is a jar which is used for spending. They normally do it in holidays to young children. So those of you who are parents, you better start doing this. They call it jars, but that you can call it piggy bank, whatever you use it. Or even you can open accounts, but it's good to start with the jars, and then when the money becomes much, then you use we have to maybe make another video later about this, and excuse me, about that, and how mainly for children, how to teach your children financial freedom or financial discipline and financial literacy. So that is the third, and then the fourth. What reason why the Jews and also the Indians community, why they are very rich or wealthy? They they always make sure you start a business. They have a saying in the community. What do they say? Where is it? Let me get the correct word. Okay, self-reliant. Okay, they say suffering. It's about this thing of what of working for someone. Okay, it's called you have to be self-reliant and not a burden. This is their mainly their what? That is the mainly their philosophy. They believe that if you work for someone all your life, it is not acceptable. You need to open your own business. So entrepreneurship is mainly encouraged among them. They are always entrepreneur with entrepreneurial mind, and they make sure each one at least has something, his own business, which he has opened. So they don't believe this thing of that we are working for somebody for years, 50 years, 30 years. No. And then the fourth, the fifth, which is the final one, family and the community. You can see even from their the Star of David on there, what is a circle is mainly almost is representing of a community, whereby on that you do, community and family comes first. That's why they put a lot of emphasis on the family. The 10%, you remember the other 10% which I talked about, charity? That is where normally it goes. It goes to helping the needy in the community and helping those who want to start something or start a business and they don't have the capital. That is where the 10% goes to. So they always emphasize on helping their own community, supporting themselves, on those who are needy, those who want to like there's one time when I saw this, there's something which I've seen, some quote, they said money among the Jews, it exchange hands, their money exchange hands among themselves 27 times. That is among the Jews. Is it among the Indians, among the in the US? I've forgotten that quote. Maybe I'll put it maybe in the description or where. Yeah. But I remember well what they said. Among the Jews, money exchanges its hands about 27 times before it goes out of their community. Then is it among the Latinos? It's about 10 or how many percent there. But among the blacks, it's almost 1%. One time, from one person, immediately it has gone out of the community. That is how bad it is for us, we the blacks. But we need to learn, of course. We need to learn from how, if you want to be rich, then you need to learn from the rich people. Yeah, that's what. That's the best way of learning. And these are the first 5 reasons why the Jews and the Indian community, they are always the wealthiest, the US and in the world. Maybe let me recap it quickly. One is that education. They put a lot of emphasis on education. The second reason is they pray and work, hard work. The third reason, the savings and management. The fourth, setting of businesses and entrepreneurship. And then the fifth, family and the community. They support one another. So what do we do? If you who has listened to me up to this, what can we learn or what can we do? You want to be rich or you want to be wealthy as a community, as a family. What is your action plan? I've proposed something here, but if you watch me up to this time, I've realized that 70% of people who subscribed, who watch my videos, they have not subscribed. Please, may you take a minute, a second, and subscribe for me. Subscribe in my channel. It helps a lot to show other people that the video is okay, and also we get more people to listen to what we are talking. So what do we do if you're what? If you are the other people or the other communities or individually, I've divided into three. The firstly on the personal level, and then family level, and thirdly is a community level. On personal level, you implement all these reasons why they are very rich. This is what I'm trying to do also personally. Though I'm having some challenges, I want to open, like me, I try to open my savings account. I wanted normally, those days I used to have at least 3 or 4 accounts, but most of them are closed because of where I am staying now. On a personal level, this is what I wanted to do, like have my savings account and all these accounts. Though I put them in one account, which somehow disorganizes me, but I've got other ways of how I'm doing. Maybe I'll make another video later about the details I'm going to do. But the best is on personal level, you implement all these things, which are education, especially financial literacy, get that education about loans, investments, bonds, money markets. You need to have knowledge of financial literacy. That is on a personal level. And then family level. I've been trying to work on this on the family level and on also your extended family. For those of you who are maybe many in your family, maybe your father has got 2 or 3 women, you can do either on your mother's side or you can work or make the whole family, depending on how united you are. You can also grow yourself on the family level by implementing all this. Most importantly, the savings and the management. Like I saw one time, there was a video of somebody making in Australia on what the Indians are doing. They come and stay in one family, all of them maybe 6 or 7 in one house. One house. This year, when they contribute money, they buy a house for one person. Next year, they contribute and then they buy. So this is what even I was trying to do in one of something similar like this in on our family, whereby you try to open maybe a savings account for the family. You can do it, especially if you're a father or mother and you're listening to me. This is what you need to do for your family. If you're a nuclear family, then it is very simple. Or if you're the father, it is very simple to do it. But in case the father doesn't know some of these things, you come back to point number 1, education. And say my people perish for lack of knowledge. You, the children, you yourself, you can do it, because some of us, even our parents, are uneducated. They don't know these things. They don't have financial discipline. So you who has listened to this message, or who knows financial literacy, you can do it yourself. You can do it, and then bring all your family together, and then say, "Oh, let us do this. We save money, 10%, maybe 20% for investment from your salaries, so that we maybe establish a business, or we can establish something, or buy a house and put it in rent. Real estate, that is one of the best businesses that you can do, which you can't easily lose your money. The rates of failure are very low. And then on community level, you can also organize. If your family is not okay, you can organize a community. Your community, your tribe mates or your clan mates come together, then make it like a savings. You say, now let us save money. We save money, and then we can use this money to develop ourselves. This is what happened to the Jews when those who are in Europe. If you read about their story, in Europe they are not allowed. In those days, I think even up to now, some European countries up to now, you're not allowed to own land. And so what the Jews they did, they had to come together, put their money together. This thing is also common among the Arabs. The Arabs, they call it sanduk sanduk. This is what I try to work on. Maybe I'm going to make another video next time about the sanduk sanduk, though I've already written about it. Those of you are interested, you can maybe write in the comment section below, and inbox me or email me, and then I'll send it to you, and then we see, because this is also what I'm trying to work on the community level, my clan, my tribe, or my groups. I've opened something like that. I call it what is it called? PS. Okay, there's one for my community, which I call it PSG, Panyume Savings Group. And then there's one which this Panyume is mainly for my tribe mate or for my clan, which I did. It was, I think, 2018 or 2019, which I tried, but most people were not interested, so it didn't go far. But I think soon I'm going to resume it, and then we see how we are going to go about it. Those who are interested, they join. Those who are not, that means I'm also going to make maybe a long video. And I have already the document which I've written. Is almost like a proposal. I think it's about 14 pages, which I wrote. PSG. It's on my Facebook group. Some of you are interested. If you're Panyume, you go to our Facebook group, Panyume Pureni Tapure. I've done something there about how you can save as a community, and then use it to scale, to teach your community members, to teach your people or your group how to save money, how to invest, and all these skills like what the Jews are doing. Or you can open an NGO, like one which I've seen Dr. Emmanuel Olumide, what he has done. What is called the Billionaires Conclave. I'm also trying to make something similar, which is not, of course, a billion. I'm going to come with the name, but one of the name which I've done is called one which is a smaller one. I called it Samaritan's Pass. It's mainly for those people who are in my WhatsApp group. And then another one which I worked on those days also around 2028. It's called Holy Family Savings Group. Or now I've changed it to HFK, Holy Family Kingdom. So some of you are interested. I've already written even a book. A proposal. The proposal is already there. It's on my Facebook group, Holy Family Kingdom. You can search for it. I don't know if I think I've not posted it on the Facebook page, but it is mainly on my Facebook group, which is a private, of course. So you need to send a request, and then you can have a look. So this is an action, what you can do on a personal level, and how to become also one of the wealthiest group or wealthy yourself. But this is specifically for a family. This video is mainly for the family and for the community. This is what I've made it. Though I will have to make maybe another one so that I talk in detail how you can achieve this as a community and as a family. I'm trying to work on, especially my family, how we can achieve some of these things, which I'm trying to put out, which I'm trying to talk about, how to become wealthy as a community and as a family. Those of you who are interested, I'll try to see if I can put some snippets, and then we see how this goes. So basically, this is how this is all the action plan on what you can do on a personal level, family level, and then extended level. Mainly is education. That means you need to learn more about financial financial freedom, financial literacy. If you want mainly to get financial freedom, to reach there, the most important thing or the first stage is education, learning, getting to know all these details. Anyway, this is I don't want this video to go very long. If you have come up to here, make sure you don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and may God bless you.